I want to welcome everybody back in the arena. Make sure you're getting time to get back to your seats. I know we didn't give you a lot of time for a break, so I hope you made it to the bathroom and you're back and getting ready to sit down. We are sitting down right now with Warren Buffett, the chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, who for the first time in 60 years has been watching all of this from the audience instead of being on stage. And, you know, last year at this time, Warren, you surprised everyone with the announcement that you were stepping down as CEO. Fast forward a year, and here we are. What do you think?
Well, I think it's all working. It's all working. It isn't our ideal surrounding area or environment, I should say, in terms of deploying cash for Berkshire. Okay. But in terms of how we got the right management, we got the right arrangement, and you know, we can pick our spots, and nobody can tell us what to do exactly, and so sometimes we're doing nothing, but other times we get quite active. I mean,
you know, Ajit spent some time on the stage today talking about how one of his keys is to do nothing when it comes to insurance, when it comes to writing insurance, which is the same thing that you have always talked about with whether to invest or not.
Yeah. The world is full of people that are offering you things to do, and then the question is to find one that you know makes sense. And there may be 20 out there that make sense that you don't understand, and you just leave them alone.
You said that the world or the surrounding environment is not ideal, and I guess that points to the idea that there's almost $400 billion in cash on hand, although Greg took some pains to show it's really more like $380 billion in cash on hand.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cash on hand, and you're still active in managing the portfolio, too, and looking at stocks. You're looking around, and you don't see a lot that you want to invest in.
No. Well, then we don't do anything. I mean, we've been in of the 60 years I've been in the business, you know, there's probably 5 of them been really juicy, you know. And I think it was Tom Watson Sr. of IBM that said, they asked him the reason why IBM had been so successful or something like that. And he said, I'm smart at spots, and I stay around those spots. And that's the whole thing. And IBM was in 3 different businesses, including time clocks and a couple of, and 2 of the 3 turned out to be no good. But so they just focused on the one.
What is it when you look around that it's just prices are too high at this point? I would imagine there are. Greg said this from the stage too. Yeah. There are businesses that you like, just not these prices.
And I would say I understand fewer of the businesses as a percentage of the whole than I did 10 years ago. I have not learned new industries for some years, you know, and so I don't kid myself on that. I'm not going to learn them. I'm not going to have an edge on, you know, a whole bunch of younger people that have actually grown up with them, used the product, seen things, but it. Well, as I mentioned, you know, you don't have to understand too many if they're like Apple.
But looking around, let's just get some macro thoughts on this, because I don't know that this is something that Greg is going to comment on per se. Just looking at the macro stock market environment, what does this feel like to you? Does it feel expensive? Does it feel like there are opportunities in some places?
Well, it feels like, you know, I've compared it, the markets to a church with a casino attached, and people can move between the church and casino, and I would say there are more people in the church and more people in the casino, but the casino's gotten very attractive to people. You know, if you're buying one-day options or selling them, I mean, that is that's not investing, it's not speculating, it's gambling. You know, just totally. There's nobody that can explain why they're buying an option for one day, unless they maybe the fellow that made the $400 and some thousand from knowing when we were going into Venezuela doing. But I mean, that's really, and the quantity of those things is just incredible. So we've never had people in a more gambling mood than now. But that doesn't mean that investing is terrible. It does mean that that prices for an awful lot of things will look very silly. I mean, they had a squeeze and Avis of all things. Well, Avis has been around for 50 years, but just this past week, we have lots more regulation and everything now, but people spend their time figuring out how to get around the rules rather than follow the rules. That's just a challenge.